Alright guys, so we're going to talk about expanding logarithms. I've written the four basic properties that you really need to expand logarithms. I'm going to call them P1, which is going to be log base A of 1 equals 0, as well as, and you see here, and log base A of A equals 1. P2, and I'm really using P for the word property, but P2 is going to be log base A plus log base A of m plus log base A of n equals log base A of m times n. My third property, P3, is going to be log base A of m minus log base A of n equals log base A of m divided by n. And last but not least is my fourth property. This is log base A of m to the power of r equals r to log base A of m. Now each of these have their own rules, their own names, like there's the product rule, the quotient rule, and the power rule. But if you understand how I'm doing P1, P2, P3, P4 as we're going through these next couple of videos, because I'm not going to write out quotient rule, power rule. I'm going to refer back to these, and I'll make sure it's on each slide as we're going through this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and expand. And I've written two problems here, pretty straightforward problems. We'll work these and then we'll go on to condensing. The first one's going to be log base 2 of 2 times x to the fourth. Well, if we kind of think back to trig, this would be our given because this is the problem. And I'm going to want you to do two columns. So one column will give the reason, the second column, one column will be the math, the second column will be the reason. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break this up. I know by my second property, which is actually the sorry about that, is actually my product property because m times n is the same thing as when we're adding. I can break this up. So I can go log base 2. Whenever you're expanding, whatever base you have, each thing, it stays in that same base unless you do change of base formula, which there's real no reason to do that when you're expanding. So we're going to do log base 2 of 2 plus log base 2 of x to the fourth. And of course that is my second property, P2. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use my power property by bringing this 4 into the front. So I still have log base 2 of 2 plus 4 log base 2 of x, and of course that is just the fourth property, P4. From here, I noticed that log base 2 of 2 is my first property and actually equals 1. So I can rewrite this as 1 plus 4 log base 2 of x, and of course that is my first property. And at that point you're fully expanded. There's nothing else you can do. So let's look at our other problem here. We have ln of 7x cubed divided by k squared, and of course this would be our given. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do on this one is I'm going to get rid of this fraction. I don't like it. And if we look over here at our properties, you'll see that that is actually property 3, the quotient rule, or a quotient property. So I can rewrite this as ln of 7x cubed minus ln of k squared. Now keep in mind, we've got to keep my logs the same base. And this is, of course, would be my third property, P3. From here, I'm going to go ahead and break up 7 times x cubed because that is our product property, which when you look over here, it is our second property, P2. So we're going to do ln, everything's going to be the same base, 7 plus ln of x cubed minus ln of k squared, and of course that's the second property. From here, all my exponents can come in front because that's just simply our power property. So we finish up with ln of 7 plus 3 ln x minus 2 ln k, and of course that is our fourth property. Expanding is pretty straightforward. You just simply have to know these properties right over here, these four properties. If you know these four properties, you're going to be okay on expanding. Not much trick to it.